And let's get our other recorder going. I'm putting in two different formats as I'm creating these. Never hurts to have a backup. This section is adding and subtracting whole numbers in perimeter. First, let's look at adding. And we'll do this by example. It's the best way to show it. Okay, so we got 32 plus 45. Now it's best to put this into a vertical format, and you right align them. Now these both are just 2 digits, so works out really nice there. What you do is you start with your rightmost column and you add those numbers. Well, 2 plus 5 is 7. So put that there, and then I go to my next column and add those numbers. 3 plus 4 is 7. So our answer is 77. Now, number 2 is already in a vertical format for us, so we got 89 plus 73. Now, again, we want them right aligned, which is fine. These are. Now, let's add these together. 9 plus 3 gives us 12, but we can only put a single digit down here. So we put the 2 out of the 12, and then the 1 goes up here. Then we're going to add these. 8 plus 1 is 9. Plus 7 is 16. So we'll go ahead and put the 16 down there. So again, I added this column. 9 plus 3 is 12. Put the 2, carried the 1. There's my 12. And then I added these. Let's look at some bigger ones. 1257, 72, 81, and 1212. It's already in vertical format, and they're right aligned, so that's perfect. So let's add the rightmost column. 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Put the 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 8 gives us 14, plus 1 is 15. So put the 5, carry the 1. Now if that had come up with 25, I'd put a 5 here and I'd carry the 2. So the tens place is what you put up here. Okay, so now I add this column. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 2 is 5, plus 2 is 7. And then 1 plus 7 plus 1 gives us 9. Now let me double check my math. 6, 14, 15, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we can put the comma there if we want. And that's our answer. I'll often tell my students about this, that math heals. And it always makes me feel better. So when I'm feeling down as can be, it will bring me up, whether I'm down, like just kind of got the blues, or whether I'm actually feeling sick. Math like this with numbers, they've shown will help stem off Alzheimer's. So if your Alzheimer's runs in your family, if you do mathematics like this every day, it'll help stem it off. Not sure why, but. Okay, now we're going to subtract these, and it's in vertical format, and again we want it right aligned. Well, 7 minus 4 gives us 3, so we subtract that column. And then 9 minus 2 gives us 7, so that would be your answer, 73. Let's look at our next one. We got 102 minus 35. Now start with my rightmost column. 2 minus 5. I can't do that. So I'm going to have to go borrow 1. I go over to the 0 here. There's nothing to borrow because that's 0. So I come over to here, and I'm going to borrow 1 from that. So that gets reduced by 1, goes to 0. And we put the 1 right here. So this is now 10. But that's not where we needed it. We needed it over here. Actually, let me do that over. Things are so crammed in there, that'd be kind of hard for you to see. So I got 102. There we go. Nice and big. Even Mr. Magoo could see it. Okay, start with my rightmost column. You can't subtract 5 from 2, so I have to go borrow. Come over here. There's nothing to borrow there because that's 0, so we come over to the 1. And we're going to borrow 1 from it. So this gets reduced by 1, goes to 0, and this becomes 10. But that's not where we needed it. We needed it right here, so we're going to borrow from this. So the 10 gets reduced by 1 and goes to 9. And then we put the 1 here. Well, 12 minus 5. 12 minus 5 gives us 7. 9 minus 3 gives us 6. And that 0 we can just drop. So our answer is 67. Let's look at another borrowing one. 2,000 minus 197. Now notice they're right aligned. These work out best if they are right aligned. And I start with my first column here. Well, I can't subtract 7 from 0, so I have to go borrow 1. And I come over to here, there's nothing to borrow, so I go over here, nothing to borrow, so I come over here to the 2, and I can borrow 1 from there. So I subtract 1 from that, that goes down to there, then this becomes 10. But that's not where I needed it. So I'm going to borrow 1 from this. This becomes 9, and then this becomes 10. But again, that's not where I needed it. So I'm going to borrow 1 from this. That gets reduced by 1, and then this becomes 10. Okay. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 9 is 0. 9 minus 1 is 8. And there's just a 1, so that just carries down. So our answer is 1,803. One more subtraction. And I'm going to put it in vertical format. That really is the best way to do those until you get good at them and you can do them in your head. 517 minus 43. And what am I doing making that so small? Somebody whacked me in the head. There you go. Let's make that big. You don't have to, but to demonstrate it here, it's best. Okay. Start with my rightmost column. 7 minus 3, that gives us 4. 1 minus 4, we can't do that, so we need to borrow 1. So I go over next door here. I'm going to borrow 1 from the 5. That gets reduced to 4, and then this becomes 11. So then 11 minus 4 gives me 7, and then this 4 just carries down. So our answer is 474. Now the actually, let me put the definition of the perimeter down first. There we go. And perimeter, very simply, is the distance around something. That's pretty vague, isn't it? But it really is that vague. So the distance around something. Let's look at number 8. We're given a shape. And it says find perimeter of each figure. So to find a perimeter of this, you just add up all the distances around it. So this distance here is 8 inches. I'm going to not put the 8, not put the inches. I'll put that on at the end. This distance here is 5. So it's like I'm walking it. And this distance is 3. Of course, you'd have to shrink me. And this distance is 3. And then this distance here is 9. Now this one, we'll put the inches on at the end. This one, I think it's easiest to just go ahead and do it horizontally like this. But that's probably up to whoever you're talking about. 8 plus 5 gives us 13. Plus, and then I'll bring down the other ones. 13 plus 3 is 16. And then I'll bring down the last two numbers. 16 plus 3 is 19. Bring down 9. 19 plus 9 gives us 28. And that's in inches. So that'd be 28 inches around the object. Now let's take a look at adding when it's put into words. This says find the total of 34, 51, 72, and 39. Total implies that you're going to sum them. And I'll do this vertically. 34, 51. If you got single digit numbers, I find it horizontally works out good, but 72, and 39. And we're going to add them. So I add the rightmost column. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7, plus 9 is 16. Put the 6, carry the 1. 5, 7, 16. Okay. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 5 is 9, plus 7 is 16, plus 3 is 19. 15, 18, 19. So our answer is 196. And that's actually the last problem that we're looking at. So let me stop the recorders.